all you need to do with these is to look at the pictures and is to pick out 2 that you feel drawn to. Okay? That one?
Yeah.
That one then. And then you want another one. That one. Okay? I'm going to Germany on Thursday, so. I like it. Actually, I love Germany. I think it's really nice. I'd live there. Have you ever been?
No, never.
I'll tell you something. You can't believe we ever won the war. It's so clean, spotless. The architecture is amazing. The people are friendly. The buildings, Berlin and everywhere, Bonn and all these cities are beautiful. Whereas you go to ours and you think, God, I don't know what to do. I know. 6 of them. Keep them face down. Place them on top of the 2 you've got there. Yeah. I'd like you to put one hand on the crystals, one hand on the cards. Close your eyes and we'll just have a few moments. Okay, would you like to take the hands away? Right, very strong cards, all right. So this usually means you only usually pick strong cards when you need a strong path in front of you, all right. Say like a bit of change or a bit of new direction. Now you have got the house move card here, so this is to do obviously with moving. Doesn't mean you've got to be doing it next week, but when you pick a house move card, it does mean an inevitability that you'll move. Is it something you've thought about?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, I do feel, but I don't just want a willy-nilly house move. I'd like to have something that meant something round you, like. Not saying you've got to do this, I'm just giving you a for instance, like going to the seaside or living in the country or going to a different town, or do you know what I mean? I don't feel I want to go round the corner. So I feel that when you do make a move, I feel you have a bit of thought about this. Try and think of somewhere which is good for you as a person, all right? You can always adapt everything else in your life around it, I always think. And even if you've got kids or grandkids or whatever, I always think that if you've got that, they're going to want to come see if you live somewhere more interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very
Not that you have trouble with that.
It is very boring where I live.
Yeah. So I do feel as if you could do with a move of house, whether it's a buying, exchanging, renting or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But just something that you feel is going to benefit you yourself. There's a part of you that really wants to do stuff but don't feel as if you've got anything round you, like you just said. It's just boring. Like it looks like when you're on holiday you like swimming. Yeah, I like swimming as well, but I'll find I don't do it unless I go on holiday.
No.
It's really strange, isn't it? I think it's because you've got to get there, get undressed, get in the water, you know what I mean? Whereas on holiday you're just there, aren't you? So I do feel you've got that very nice pathway that's over the top of you. You've also got the libido card, which is a sex card, but it's a passion and powerful card, all right? So it's not just that, it just brings a passion path in front of you. Have you been thinking, I feel like relationships around you have been a bit like this.
Yeah.
Whereas I think I'd like you to say perhaps put a hold on it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, there's no rush for me.
No, and then just like have a think about what's right for you as a person, instead of like thinking, I get that. I know I feel with you, you know. I feel that when you do move house, I do feel it is a big change of everything around you. A whole new lifestyle and a happier path too, because I don't feel overly happy with you either. I feel a bit, have you had a little bit of depression or a bit of fed-upness?
Quite a lot,
Yeah, and I think sometimes that can relate to where we are like situated. I would like, I have to give you what they're giving me. Spiritually, they're giving me not a super quiet place, but somewhere that's a bit more old-fashioned, like a bit more, I don't know, where people speak to one another and not hooligans around you, and a bit more of a nicer path around you. Say a few little houses scattered around and maybe a little town centre. Something like, like when you go to places like Market Harbour or that type of thing. These like little towns that Nuneaton used to be.
Yeah.
Which it isn't no more.
No.
So where have you thought of going? Have you had any ideas or?
Not really thought of where I'm going. It's a lot. I thought of just to get in somewhere with a nice view.
Yeah.
It's just to stop, because at the minute I'm looking out and I've got 4 houses.
Yeah.
That's all I'm looking at.
No, you could do with.
And I'm on a bottom floor and I can't see nothing.
So it'd be nice for you to have something that's just a better view around you, a better.
That's all it is. Really.
I always think the east coast of this country is nicer than the west, although Wales is nice, but it's very hilly, isn't it, and craggy. But I think like Suffolk, Norfolk and that.
The east coast.
Oh, I love the east coast. Not Skeg, I don't mean Skeg.
No.
I mean like, they reckon that down from Skegness, like Sutton-on-Sea, it's beautiful. It's like a little village.
Yeah.
And then you've got like where you've got Kingsley and Cromer, and then you've got Yarmouth and Lowestoft, and then coming round into Suffolk.
Yeah, I've been all around there.
But I do feel you want something that's not too commercialised, all right?
Yeah.
And if you're going to go over to the west coast, you want something that's a bit more, I don't know, less craggy. More.
I've just had a thought come back. No, I have. I said to the kids, if it weren't for the kids, I'd move north, east, and I literally mean I would move right up north to the east coast.
Yeah.
The west coast. West coast.
That's
on the west coast.
Ayrshire.
Yeah.
Blackpool.
No, yes, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, you've got that moving wherever you go. It's something you're going to think about, and I don't think you've got to worry about your kids, to be honest, because I think the kids follow you a bit. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think you need to say if it weren't for the kids. I really feel that they would follow you. Spiritually, you've got a nice path around you. There's 2 ladies in spirit and 2 men. One of the ladies is called Mary, and sending me. Has she come to you before, has she? Bless her.
Yeah.
She's come in and just giving me a basket of fruit for you. Now, a basket of fruit means like, selection in life, so to speak. Sure. Sending you this and giving you pathway, giving you lots of upliftment as well, Mary, and giving you blessings. And I do feel that lady will help you if you ask. All right. So I do feel that she's giving me this pathway around you. And the other lady's Margaret. Can you place a Margaret? 2 M's there.
Yeah, I know a Margaret. Yeah, it's passed probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah, she's sending blessings as well too. So you've got this bit of upliftment around you. All right. I do feel you need to perhaps try and get your spirituality back on track a little bit. It will be helpful. Send your thoughts as well up to Spirit, and they should give you your answers that you're looking for. Okay.
Sure.
You've got the stars for getting your goals and your dreams. So I do feel you'll get your move. I do feel you'll get your pathways that you want. You've got a Samuel in spirit sending me upliftment for you. And giving me a lot of affection towards you as well, if you can place it. He's sending me blessings as well. I think he feels like you've been a bit stuck, and it's like how sometimes we get ourselves into like a sort of a position where we get scared to move one direction or the other. So he's sending me blessings for you to help break the mould. You've also got a man called Joe in spirit as well that's sending you blessings too, and he's sending me a lot of love and affection. This man called Joe was a bit cheeky, like jovial, cheeky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jokey round sort of a person.
Right.
So he's sending blessings to you too. He said you need to get your sense of humour back.
Yeah, I've got no sense of humour.
You did though.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
probably because of situations around you. So you've got this path that you need to like try and get you back.
Yeah.
Your personality that you may have felt you've gone a bit like this, and we need to bounce back.
Mm.
And you need to book yourself a holiday as well. All right.
Thinking about.
Yeah, you do. Well in advance, because then it gives you a chance to pay for it and sort it all out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get some good bargains if you plan it right. Okay, so I do feel you need to do that too. You're a different person on holiday, aren't you?
Mm.
It's almost as if you get to be yourself a bit more. And
Yeah.
forget.
It's because no one knows me. It's
and you can
just
forget your
relax.
problems, can't you, as
just
well?
relax and
It's just you have to bloody come
enjoy
home,
it.
don't you?
Yeah, then
That's
you have
it.
to come home.
I know. So I
Back
just
to
don't
them four
feel.
walls again.
Yeah, I just don't feel around you at the minute anything suiting you. I feel like trapped and stuck,
Yeah.
and I feel that there is a need for, say, next year situations to change. So I'm not really feeling like I'd want to move you before Christmas, to be honest with you, because I think it's an ordeal to move. But I feel that if you can sort something out for the new year, new beginnings, new way forward, and a new path in front of you, that would be excellent for you to do with that. Because I think when we're stuck or we feel trapped, we start to get a bit maudlin, don't we? We start to get a little bit down in the dumps and that's what you feel. I feels around you. You have the warrior card. This is to do with someone alive now, not someone dead. This is a masculine card, and it's help from a male, right? So it means there'll be somebody that will be helpful towards you. It could even be your son. That
You
even,
know,
you know.
just took that off my tongue.
Yeah, I think it's your son.
Yeah.
He's a really good lad,
He is
isn't
a
he?
good lad, yeah.
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 And I do feel that, if he offers help in any way, shape or form,
Yeah.
take it, because I feel your lad's a doer. He's one of these that does things. And I feel that is helpful to you. So having the warrior card does mean help from somebody. If you tell him what you want, and I feel he'll try and get you round and sort it all out for you. He's going to go far, your lad is. He's got that type of personality. He's got that get up and go and let me get it done. And do you know what I mean?
He's an old soul.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a young body, but
But he's an old soul. He's very
Yeah.
caring, isn't he?
Yeah,
And
he is.
emotional and
Yeah.
thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's very good. He's very good that way. You've also got the skills. I feel bored with you. It's as if you can't do some of the things you want to do. When's your eye operation?
Next week.
Good, because that'll at least put
Oh.
some sight back into it, won't it?
So it's been horrible. I've had to wait.
Have you?
But the reason why is because they're putting me to sleep, and
Yeah.
on the stupid form I've got a sleep apnea question mark, because that's what my doctor reckoned I'd got. So in the end I've had to go all through the sleep apnea clinics before I can have this eye, and it's just got worse and worse. I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking nearly.
Are
It should have been done in July.
Yeah. Have they told you much about how much sight you'll regain, or?
It's not a sight thing, it's more just a cataract. It's just
Yeah.
a cataract.
Yeah, it
Once
can
the
block
cataract-
though. It can block a bit of
Yeah.
your sight off once you've
Well,
got a cataract.
It looks like I'm looking through some polythene.
Like milky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really milky.
Yeah, well that should clear then.
Yeah.
That'll help you.
Yeah,
That'll
on
help.
both eyes I've got.
Yeah, you're having both done or
Not
just one?
together.
No.
But-
No, Auntie had them done. She liked to knit, and she got one of them. It was really good, and she got a full sight back. But the other one, she just got partial of it. It just partially cleared it. It didn't do it all.
No.
But she got one back. So, but she were really old when she had it done. She was like 70 something. So, do you know what I mean? It might have been a bit too far gone.
Yeah.
But I do feel that I feel you're waiting for this, get this sorted out, and then I want to push forward. I want to go another pathway with you. The moon card can be for depression, as we've talked about, but it also can give us Cancer sign, the sign of Cancer, the crab, which is June the 20-something to July the 20-something. Now, when it gives you that means that's a good time. So it gives you that pathway around you.
So every year we go away that time.
Yeah, that's what it's giving you. So it's giving you that pathway for you to sort out, and also a bit of financial gain around you as well. I feel as if there's a few openings coming your way that you might see yourself being able to bring a bit more money into the forefront. All right.
Things are looking good.
So new path around you. Stars, as I said earlier, is getting your dreams come true, but it also relates to the number 3. Your crystal's quite clear. You've just got a tiny little bit of cloud across the back here, but not an awful lot. Just a tiny bit. It's going to be a very interesting year for you next year. It's going to be a lot better than this one. I feel this one's plodded a little bit. Yes, you've had your few magic moments, but in all, I feel this one's sort of
not really bad year, to be honest.
Yeah, no, but it's...
Sister's had a bloody bad year.
Oh, I know. I think sometimes she relies on you a little bit as well, don't she? I know. I know.
She comes to me, I'm the last person. I'll get it all. Bless, I'll do wait for it.
Is she older than you, or you?
She's older than me.
Yeah, there's not much between
About
you.
12 months, 30.
Yeah, 30.
Sorry,
I knew there
30.
weren't much between you. I couldn't remember which way round it was.
14.
14 months between, so that's nothing, is it?
No, nothing.
I know.
Yeah. It was good with kids because we'd grow up seeing each other in the school.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. She was my big sister.
No, but she's littler than you.
Yeah.
Your big little sister.
Yeah.
Well, things are looking better for her, so I feel this always rubs off with brothers and sisters, and brothers and sisters, whatever. So I feel that things need to be looking better for you as well, another better pathway. Are you having anything done about your back? Or?
They're saying there's nothing they can do, it's all to do with my weight, and they reckon it's arthritis in my spine.
Right.
But nothing.
But they can't really do arthritis much. All they can do is, it's true that if you do lose weight, it does lessen things, but it never takes things away. You know, but if you do drop a couple of stone, it does help. It's probably going to give you less pain because there's less pressure. But with arthritis, they can never correct it, really. All you can do is just alleviate it.
The doctors don't know. All I know is I'm in bloody agony. My neck, I've got it in my neck and all. Yeah. But I have slept funny, I think, the past couple of nights.
Yeah, that can be strain on your shoulders, you know, as well.
Could it?
So, you know what I mean? So that can be how you're holding your shoulders with your neck.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, I think sometimes we have a tendency to dip forward, but I do think you need to look at your posture. Swimming's really good for anything to do with your back because it just pulls you.
It's just nice to lie back.
It is,
like
and you pull yourself, you know, when you swim, so you enlong your spine, which is good for it. Yeah. So you really ought to perhaps take up swimming. Do you?
My neighbour goes. You know
what, to Anyone Active, or does he go to?
It's a woman that she goes to the baths. She goes to the gym, but she'd go to the baths as well.
Yeah.
If I was to go.
Why don't you go?
I know.
It is. I know it's a bit of an ordeal, isn't it, to go, but it's worth it in the long run. Yeah, once you've in, I know. You ought to make yourself a member at Nuffield, you know.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Yeah, because that's quite nice. It's more adulty.
You can do a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, Yeah, so you can do not just the swimming, you've got the jacuzzi, you've got
Yeah.
the steam, the sauna,
Yeah.
and all the stuff upstairs as well. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you can even do a yoga class and Pilates and things. You don't have to go mental at them, it's just about relaxation. But I do think it's time you started to treat yourself. It's time you started to put your, you know, your thoughts into yourself. And with you having your eyes, that's your first thing. Then think about a membership. I don't know about anyone active. I know it's the swimming. I know there's some upstairs, but I don't like Pingles. I just don't like the Pingles very much. I don't like it to have to stick you in lane, and you've all got to be in a lane, haven't you? And I know there's an element of that everywhere you go, but I just don't like the fact you can't swim at all other than in a lane.
Yeah.
So at least in Nuffields you do get to do a bit of other stuff now and then. It does be laney a bit sometimes, but not all the time. But yeah, thoughts and feelings going into yourself now. It's time for treating you. All right, it's your year next year. Your kids are fine, all right, but it's your year next year. I feel Chloe needs you a lot. I think she's. I mean, I bet your Chloe swims, don't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, I swear I remember seeing you once where you took her swimming.
Yeah.
You two ought to make a date of it, like so dad and daughter go swimming, so that you've got something to look forward to. And I just feel that next year is the time for you. It's the time for you to try and get yourself to where you want to be, push yourself forward, maybe look for a move of house, maybe start treating yourself, all right? It's, you know, instead of putting others first, it's time for you to put yourself first. You'll be fine with your eyes, so you don't need to worry. Yeah, I know it's eyes, and I know how you feel, because I'm funny about eyes as well. I'd have anything done on me, like, you know, cut there, and, but, you know, when it's anything to do with your eyes, I think everybody's a bit, But it would be done. My auntie, like I said, my auntie had it done, and she was old, and she said it was okay, so she had it done. They're telling me to watch your feet as well. Do you have trouble with your feet? Yeah. Maybe get your feet done as well. All right.
Well, when I was in Turkey this year, I had a foot spa, and they filed all round. Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, once your feet don't hurt you, you'll be amazed how much relief you've got everywhere. Yeah. So I do think, you know, you perhaps ought to really
sometimes swell up.
Treat yourself.
And my hands are really terrible.
Yeah. Did you struggle with the heat this year? Oh God, I did.
You've been too bad, to be honest.
I did. Oh God, I struggled with it.
As long as I can drink, as long as I keep drinking, I'm all right.
I'm all right. I've got a swimming pool, but we ain't got a swimming pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, a really much nicer pathway. Is there anything you'd like to ask me, Anne?
I just my dad. See if you know, is he okay?
He seems okay.
But he don't come very much. I don't feed him very much. I mean, I felt him a couple of years ago.
Sometimes when they've been passed, because he's been passed over quite a while now, hasn't
2011.
he? Yeah. Sometimes it quietens down a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes
I think it comes on when there's an anniversary or something.
Yeah.
Because I smelt his smoke in his tobacco.
Yeah.
It woke me up, to be honest.
Yeah, I do. Sorry, it's what with the cat. It's the wind. Sometimes my cat goes up there, but I don't think he is today. But I do feel that your dad does come around you. All right.
Yeah.
I do feel he does send his blessings to you. So I do feel, but I also feel that as well he's sort of doing his own thing as well. All right. So I think he's there. If you ask for him to come, I think he will come for you. All right. So there is that path there.
No, that's it.
But yeah, I do feel that, you know, you've got lots of new beginnings around you. I just feel you need to use your spirituality. Can you place Joe?
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
There's a Michael as well.
Michael, I think.
Yeah, Michael's sending blessings.
Yeah.
I feel they're all sort of linked in somehow.
Could have been cousins.
Yeah, or even best friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do feel that they're sort of linking in, and Michael's sending blessings to you too. All right, so who's Michael?
That's
Is
my
that
dad's brother.
an uncle for you
Yeah,
then,
uncle.
isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So I do feel like they're sending you blessings. Who's Sam? Not your sister,
My
obviously.
dad, obviously.
Your dad? Oh, your dad's Sam, is
Yeah,
he? Yeah.
yeah.
So he's here around you.
Mm.
I just feel that they're there if you want them. It's almost as if I feel like it's telling you what you've got to ask. All right. So you've got this pathway around you, and it is very good. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot I feel the concerned because you've been it's been okay, but I think the concern because they want you to go forwards. They want you to get to where you want to be and enjoy your life, all right? And I do feel as well, eventually, you will have a form of a relationship.
Yeah.
How you want it to be. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be full on like marriage and all that stuff. But I just feel I'd like to give you sort of a friend plus. You know what I mean?
That's it, I'm getting a dog.
Yeah. Oh, mine's gone outside. Have you
Oh.
seen mine on the have you seen mine?
No.
Oh, do you want to see my dog?
Yeah. I'll stop.